Alright, folks. So, mature simmer here. I am trying to go ahead here and do leg 34 of the Nascar series in Walker Air Transport. I got about halfway there, realized I had no fuel left at all in a Cessna CJ4, even though in theory I should have had 400 or 500 extra miles. Try using this Learjet, which has a little bit longer range. It's got about at least 100, 150 more miles of range. I think it's still going to be a bit iffy, but some folks gave me some ideas. I tried initially using real weather because I'm like, well, that would be a fun challenge, but it doesn't appear that makes sense. So my problem is I've not flown the Learjet much. I think what I'm going to end up doing, even though it's going to be really difficult, I saw someone else did a 737-600 on this leg. Like, I know how to fly that plane. I mean, to me, I'm just asking for trouble. I've used this plane once and I've taken off just to see what kind of power it has. I've never done anything beyond it. So I think this is just stupid. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to call an audible here. Oh, no. No! I forgot to start. Oh, I am so... I forgot to start my flight tracking. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just going to put myself on the runway. Alright, and then the first thing I'm going to do when I get in here is I am going to start my tracker. Cannot believe I did that. I mean, it's pretty typical for me. I've done it regularly enough that I like. Usually, I check before I take off for exactly that reason. Again, now we need to start beyond ATC because I'd still like air. What is going on? No. Now I did that wrong because I need to start it as administrator just to make sure things run right. Alright. So let's go flying. Okay.
Beyond ATC.
We've got that. We just need to get stuff in here. Position, route, flight plan request. There we go. Yes, everything is running. So I don't think I need to do much here. We'll get ourselves to 5,000 because we know that's what we'll be cleared out at. We will then get this set as well. Fuel, payload. Let's get here so I'm not hitting buttons that are harder to get. All right. Walker 4021, request departure. Now it's going to give us the IFR clearance and all that because it doesn't have it already.
Walker 4021, backtrack runway 02. Call when ready for departure.
Don't do this to me. I'm ready for departure. Call when ready for departure, Walker 4021. Am I really, like, in that bad of a spot? I have room to backtrack, really? But yes, because I need so much, it's basically telling me to do that. So, alright. Let's do that. Alright, let's turn this on. Let's make sure we see where we're going. I think I just turned my parking brake on, so... Again, since we're not doing self-loading cargo, we can run through the grass a little bit. We won't have anybody yelling at us and crying. in the back. But yeah, the backtrack's a bit much. Again, at 47, like, we're gonna move pretty fast once I stop just rotating. But yeah, basically it wants that extra, whatever, 200-300 feet that we've got here, and I can't blame it. I mean, I didn't feel when we took off that we were near the end, but I get it. And it may kind of know where we are. So again, we're going to be a little sloppy because we're a bigger plane than should probably be taken off from this place. But we're taken off from this place. Why is my yaw not, or my rudder thing not working? Alright, how far off the runway are we getting? Probably further than I'd like, so, because that's not going to help anybody. Because then it's just going to tell me to backtrack again. Because, you know, we were down by the touchdown points. I probably could have reset myself with GSX, because it probably would put me down here, but it's alright, we're here. Alright. Request departure, Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, Concord Tower. Wind 335 at 5, fly heading 260, runway 2, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, so we're going to load. We got to get everything fixed up here, so we're going to execute that. Cruise is going to be flight level 380. So we need to change that. We're then going
Walker
to
4021, Concord Tower. Wind 335 at 5, fly heading 260, runway 2, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 2 cleared for takeoff, Walker 4021. To Bobsy. Nashville. ILS Wyland. Toad. We're good there. Legs, got to get down. It's then going to tell us we're unable because it likes to do that. So we're going to execute that. Alright, menu, legs. So now again, my flaps should be set. They are. RTO is set. Everything is good. Obviously everything's running. My tracker is running. So we're going to go ahead and let her rip here. So I'm going to actually spin this up a bit, because usually you'll get on a short runway takeoff like this, you'll do that. And then, oops. What is happening? There we go. And yes, I will change my view in a bit. But now we'll go toga, and we'll get set, and now we should be good. Looks like we've got a plane up there doing something. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. Alright, we'll get this set. Need to be about 130. There we go. So now you can see why it backed us up, because we are pretty darn close to the end of the runway here. Alright. Now we're going to get up here and try to get some focus.
Walker 4021, reset transponder. Squawk 0221.
Well, you didn't give me a squawk, so don't yell at me. Alright. Squawk 0221, Walker 4021. Alright. Got that.
Walker
Turn that on.
Contact Atlanta Center 133.15. See you.
Alright, that's what we were doing when we realized we weren't tracking. 133.15, Walker 4021. So again, at the takeoff rate, it's telling me 7.5 hours. It's not going to be that long. Ooh, interesting little light show there. It's always cool. Alright, so again, gear up. Do the same thing. We'll swing around. Where's our airport? There it is. So we're already further around than we were. And then we just need to bring our flaps up. And we should be all set. Let me just make sure. Okay, we need this at 38. Packs are off. Everything's off. All these are on. So yes, we are good. Yeah, it told us 5,000, so it's trying to, let's see. Atlanta Center, Walker 4021, 5,000 feet. I'm going to need to request the IFR clearance. I thought it gave it to us, but now Walker I see that we need to...
Say altitude.
5,000 feet, Walker. Yeah. Hopefully that'll work. I saw it say call sign
Walker
altitude.
4021, Atlanta Center, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, Walker 4021. Request IFR clearance to North Las Vegas, Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, Atlanta Center, cleared to North Las Vegas Airport. Bobsy 5 departure. Nashville VOR transition then as filed. Maintain 5,000 feet. Departure with me. Squawk 0221.
Las Vegas Airport, Bobsy 5 departure, Nashville transition then is filed. Maintain 5,000. Departure with you. Squawk 0221. Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, read back correct.
Alright, we just had to recycle the VNAV so it picked it up.
Flight level 380.
Alright, well there we go. Climb and maintain flight level 380, Walker 4021. So now we can go all the way up here, so that is good news. So, obviously, pretty aggressive in our path right now, because we're already moving at a pretty good clip, so it can transition some of that immediately and not lose speed, because we already had it, and so basically it can just throttle up and channel that all into climbing. So I assume our landing lights are... no, they're off, actually. Well, we'll leave them off, I guess. This is also supposed to be 293.
Walker 4021, contact Atlanta Center 125.15.
Right.
Have a good day.
We're going to turn it on auto respond already.
Contact Atlanta Center 125.15. Walker 4021.
Which is kind of what I would normally be doing.
Atlanta Center, Walker 4021. 8,900 feet.
So yeah, because this was a bit of a mess.
Atlanta Center, roger.
So because this was quite a mess, I'm not even going to go with a bit of a mess. There's no need to apologize. Let me just make sure that you're getting the info. You are. You can see 10,000. All right. Just checking that the overlay is working. It seems to be pretty reliable, but I would hate for that to be a sad outcome of what was happening. So, to bring you up to speed, especially if you're seeing this on YouTube, because you're not going to see a lot of things, because it was either gone or, it's not going to be there or whatever, but, it's our leg 34 of the Walker Air Transport NASCAR 2022 series. We are going from Charlotte to Las Vegas. So we've got 4 races left for the end of the season. This race took place on Sunday, October 16th, 2022. So this basically would be us flying on October 15th, the Saturday before, getting our VIPs over there. Normally I would, again, do this with a bit more involvement if I can, but long flights, sometimes we just got to squeeze them in. There's a lot more going on. I did include a lot of that earlier, but again, that was, at this point, nearly 6 hours ago today. I guess it would be 5 hours ago today that I was starting this up. In a Cessna CJ4, because the problem is North Las Vegas has really short runways. They're 5,000 or 4,000 feet. So, again, I think we'll be able to do it because the 6,000 is shorter. It's going to have a lower speed to land. Obviously, it's going to weigh less, all of that, so we should be able to stop faster. We're absolutely going to turn our brakes on to max, and we're going to need every bit of help we can get to make this appropriately work. So that will certainly be top of mind as I'm going ahead and doing those things. Alright, so we are down, again, our ground speed's 341, we're only at 15,000, so at this point I can turn off my landing lights, or, well, they were off, never mind. I forgot I didn't turn them on. I thought I looked at them, saw they were off, turned them on, but yeah, we were already at like 7,000 feet, so. So I tried to do it in a Cessna CJ4, which said it has a range of over 2,100 miles. This flight is under 1,700 miles. I know we're flying west, so I was like, well, I know that usually creates a headwind. You have some significant ground speed problems and so forth. Yeah, I knew it would be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm like, we got 400 miles, you know, almost 25% cushion there. We'll be fine. We had 800, 900 miles left. We were already down. We had started with 100% fuel in our tanks. We were already down to 20% left. So try as we might, we were not making Las Vegas. So I aborted that after about 2.5 hours. So, you know, that took me 5 hours to go down into 2.5 hours. Then we've been fumbling around for an hour, this, that, and whatever. And so here we are. All right, so the good news is we're finally on our flight path. We,
Walker 4021.
we're off
Contact
there.
Atlanta Center 135.35.
So typically,
Contact Atlanta Center 135.35. Walker 4021.
what
CEO.
I do in these is
Atlanta Center, Walker 4021. Flight level 204.
if I
Walker 4021, Atlanta Center, roger.
so for the YouTube channel,
Walker 4021,
I kind of keep
contact Atlanta
things
Center
short. I climb,
132.625.
then do the descent, the landing, whatever.
Contact Atlanta Center 132.625. Walker 4021. Have a good one. Atlanta Center, Walker 4021. Flight level 213.
Walker 4021, Atlanta Center, roger.
All right. So, you know, it ends up being some length of time. Obviously, it would have been significantly longer, but I don't know that there's a whole lot. That there's a whole lot happening that I can add. I'm just honestly tired from the day and redoing things, but I really need to get this flight done. Just so I can keep things up, and I don't have a great window the remainder of the week for a flight that's this long. I already did another virtual airlines flight for my American virtual airline to hit my requirement of a flight every 30 days. So that you'll only be able to see if you saw it on Twitch. Twitch only keeps things for 7 days. something I had no idea until I was here 3 days ago trying to start things up. Like, I'm learning everything about Twitch as I go. So, always happy if people are like, hey, you know, try this. You might want to do this. I guess the one thing I'll preface this from, because I've already had like someone contact me, hey, we can help you grow. You can do product placement. You can become famous. You can do whatever. Not my thing at this point. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be my thing at any point. But I've always said, you know, I never say never. But right now, I'm going to mute myself for a little bit, since, again, this is a point where I should have been landing. I've got stuff that has been waiting that I need to take a peek at, so I'm going to do that, because I don't think there's anyone on with me. If someone is there, certainly drop something in the chat. I'll at least try to pay a little more attention, but otherwise I'll come back after I get what I need done to just kind of provide a little bit more detail that I can then use on the YouTube side, and we'll go from there. Alright, we are here, back descending, so I'm going to go ahead and hopefully make this landing, because again, it's a bit crazy. 4,000, 5,000 feet, I don't know. Alright, let me see, because I've been away. Let me see what we're told to do. I assume, yeah, it's just going to it's telling me just descend via the arrival. So I'm basically able to do whatever the heck I want. So I'll go down pretty far to say 4,000, so I don't have to worry about anything. So we've got what? Bogey. So we're 80 some miles out, as I think you can see. All right. What's good to see, because I haven't seen on the little ticker at the top, because I know I watched it for a little while, and the time to the time to go and distance to go was always there, but ETA and time to go were not. So now it's saying 23:47. It's claiming I have an hour to go. That doesn't make sense. I hope not, because it's 22:47:49 on the clock there. Man, that would be crazy, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll be done soon. But we'll see. I'm thinking like half an hour maybe, but now it's saying drag required, but I can't imagine. Again, I mean, we're going 250. I know we're trying to get to 250 or 2. I see. That might be why it was saying we couldn't get to, Boogie or whatever, because of what it needed to do. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put my landing monitor on. I know it's like super early. Oh, we're at like 5,000 feet difference. That's crazy. But I guess that's good to know. Now, yeah, I mean, we're slowing down a little bit here and there. I mean, ground speed seems to be going slower. Good news is weather always tends to be pretty calm in this area. I've certainly flown into airports out here in the desert. I think I've flown into Vegas a few times. Certainly on this tour I have as well. So I know for sure we did that. We've got 9.9 fuel. Now it was telling me, I think, when I looked at my progress, yeah, it's saying the 9. So basically, in theory, we should only burn another 1,000 pounds of fuel or whatever. I think that did go down from 9.7 when I took off. So it's definitely burned another, I guess, 700 pounds of fuel, which in the end is not really that much for a big plane like this, I would imagine. But all right. So I think part of it is, yeah, we're going this where we're coming in. We're going to go by the airport. Now it's telling us landing on runway 12 right. All right. I do want to 292. We are just below here, so we'll fix that. I don't think I turned off my... Oh no, I did turn off my landing lights, so I'll want to deal with that in a bit here. Yeah, and again, it's not saying drag required anymore, so maybe it's thinking like it can get to 250 by bogey now, because it still has 5 miles. It does have to go down about 1,000 feet to get to that level. We'll see if it's able to do so. It is doing it at 3 degrees. But if it gets there and then stabilizes, you know, obviously it will have some opportunity to slow down a little bit. But even if it doesn't, I mean, I just need to be below 250 at 10,000 feet, and given that we're not going like 280 or 290 at this point, like that should put me in some pretty good space. But yeah, we're letting Beyond ATC kind of do its thing. I'm going to see if I shrink this window here a little bit for Beyond ATC, because that'll help, I think, with my ability to see some things, because I have it pretty big on my other screen, which I don't really need to do, and it does readjust its text size, which is nice. Alright, but there you go. We did get there, but, you know, and now we're just trying to get down to 244, so it's not like it has to slow down a lot more, but that gets us down right about to 250. So we've got to go Wyland, Landon, and then we go to Kjqf, and Kjqf is kind of a bigger piece, but Kjqf is the first point, and I think we're going to turn in from Kjqf is the issue. So we'll see. But yeah, we've slowed down our descent a lot, so that will get things down, I'm sure. But we will have turned. I was looking at something else clearly when we made the turn for Boegi. Not sure what lake that is, but obviously there's a body of water there. And so Landon is the end of the Wyland approach, or arrival, I'm sorry, the Wyland arrival. The approach is, I always get arrival and approach mixed up, or semi-use them interchangeably, which obviously you don't want to do either. Alright, well the good news is now it's only about 3,500 feet difference. We're back there, it was like 5,000, but I think it was because we had a lot of higher peaks and so forth. I don't think we're going to get that far. Like, I think those mountains are already beyond the Vegas area, so I think Vegas is in this basin here. I know I can kind of see, I think this is the body of water. Vegas will be a little further there, but I'm sure those mountains are further out than they look. Because if nothing else, we appear to be kind of below them already.
Contact Las Vegas approach 119.4.
But there you go. So we're already going to get handed off
Contact
soon.
Las Vegas approach. Walker 4021.
I'm assuming, yes, my auto IFR has
Las
switched
Vegas,
me to low.
Walker 4021. 12,800 with information Bravo. Walker 4021, Las Vegas approach. Altimeter 29902. Expect the visual approach runway 12 right. Altimeter 29902. Expect the visual approach runway 12 right. Walker 4021.
I mean, in theory, I could come in that way, but I don't know. I'd prefer to try to use the ILS, given how short everything is. So, and so again, the problem is with 1, 2, basically we're coming around, you know, around the airport. So that's going to be part of the challenge here. So, didn't have anybody chat this time. I had a couple people I missed in some of my earlier ones. I was worried because I was away probably for 3 hours. You know, and again, I would have been nearby more with if the earlier stream had worked and things hadn't died off on me. But given how this then panned into dinner time and everything else, like I needed to get some stuff done with the family, make dinner, things like that. I think we're actually going to overfly Nellis Air Force Base out here in Vegas, so that's a little crazy. I would think that would be restricted airspace, but maybe not. I mean, I'm making an assumption that that kind of stuff would not be allowed, but maybe it's just super wrong. Good news is it looks like we've got wind, really light wind, 3 knots and 1 knot. So we're going to have like a 3 knot crosswind and so forth. But yeah, we might have some problems with Beyond ATC because it might, you know, get unhappy. Let's see if I can request a runway change to the one I want to go to.
Walker 4021, request arrival runway change. Walker 4021, unable runway change at this time.
Okay. You be that way. Because, yeah, it's not telling me, oh, you know what? I might actually want to go to 12 right, because it's 5,000. 12 left is the 4,001. So at least it gives me a little bit more length. But anyway, let me get this dialed in max. Let me go into this here. This is going to be a little late to play this game, but we're going to do it. Whoops. Departure. Okay, arrival. 12 right. So let me change that. And then see what we've got here. Do I want to go to Kjqf-Kvgt?
Walker 4021, leave London heading 275. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 12 right.
So let's see.
Leave London heading 275. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 12 right. Walker 4021.
Whoops. Alright, so I actually want to go down here to Kjqf-Kvgt and bring those up to here and execute. Alright, and then let's see what that turns into. Kjqf-Kvgt might be a little far. I'm kind of looking at this. I don't know. Maybe let's go to Kjqf-Kvgt or whatever. Let's try that. I don't know what the destination path after Kjqf-Kvgt is. Let's see.
Walker 4021.
Let me look.
Heading 275. Vectors for the approach.
Yeah, everything's okay.
Turn right.
There.
Heading 275. Walker 4021.
Alright. So
Walker 4021. Descend and maintain 6,000.
So we'll see how we're going. Let me
Walker 4021.
Let me turn my landing lights on here. We'll go ahead and get ourselves reoriented. I don't know. I may go ahead. I think I'm going to actually add. I'm going to add one in here and go back to that original point. I'm worried it's going to be a little too tight because it's a really tight turn. So we're going to put a cow back in place of Kjqf-Kvgt. We're going to execute, then we're going to do that, execute. That will help a little bit, because you can see even with that, like it's already coming in way early. I mean, we are low enough, I think we're okay, but there's going to be a bit of a challenge, that's for sure. But I got that set. Let's get our speed brake activated, because I'm going to need every bit of stopping power I can possibly have to bring this sucker to a stop on the runway we have. But it's kind of the choices we've got when we have a long distance and somehow something won't work. Now, in the discussions I did have while I was off the air and we were just flying, I think what I could have done differently, if you remember with the CJ4 that I had to abort earlier today, I just had gone to 26,000 feet. Some people had suggested when they ran a plan on the same route from, but did it at like 38,000 or 40,000, I forget what they said, that they only needed like 2,900 kilograms of fuel, which seems really unlikely, given to go from 10,000 kilograms to 2,900, but maybe there is that big of a difference. Oh boy. Alright, well, if we're gonna do what it's suggesting, alright, I'm gonna have to do a heading here. I think I'm gonna have to punt a little bit, so let me set my heading knob. Where are we at here? Alright, the heading's way down there, because that turn is going to be too tight. I'm going to only be like 3 or 4 miles out. So we're going to go on heading 283, and we're going to stay there, and we're going to keep going down, and then I will turn in later, but this is too soon. I just don't like it with a plane this large. I just don't trust my ability to bring this thing in. So, it looks like it's interesting, because I thought I had a new viewer show up for a moment, but if we did, they left. Or someone swapped, I don't know. I would think this would be the perfect time to watch, is see if this bozo can do this, but because yeah, really, I mean, even getting it Kjqf-Kvgt, I think is going to be challenging.
245, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Right.
Turn left, heading 245,
so,
descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
And I think I'm also going to do some V-speed here.
Heading 215. Descend, maintain 4,000 feet.
And I'm going to go down.
Turn left, heading 215. Descend, maintain 4,000 feet. Walker 4021.
Because I want to get lower. Well, although we need 6,000 at Kjqf-Kvgt is what it says, so maybe I'll dial that in. So we'll do that, and we'll flatten ourselves out, but I do want to get there. Yeah, it's still saying 2352, so the ETA is a little crazy. I mean, we're past the airport now, so the airport's kind of behind us. I don't know that I can pick it out, because it's kind of in town a bit. Let's see. I mean, it's somewhere in that vicinity, it would seem. Alright, I am going to get some of my flaps out here. So I'm going to get, we're going to get this to 5%. We're going to lower our speed to say 220.
Walker 4021, turn left, heading 150. Turn left, heading 150, Walker 4021.
Alright. I'm going to go a little bit further. And then I'm going to put myself into Kjqf-Kvgt. And we're going to execute. And then we're going to try LNAV, VNAV. Now let's see if we can make this work. So it's darn close to the 30 degrees. Alright, I'm going to go out to 10% flaps now. And I think I'm going to, so we're 15 miles out, I'm going to drop my landing gear. And we are going to start getting ourselves configured. Oh, I don't have... Oh no, it did lock me in. Okay. So again, I don't think I'm going to get a glide slope.
Walker 4021, airport is at your 10 o'clock, 17 miles. Report the field in sight.
Again, we're gonna say we see it.
Field in sight.
Because we know we're gonna line up on it. So.
Walker 4021, cleared visual approach runway 12 right. Cleared visual approach 12 right. Walker 4021.
Alright, so let's go down. Now it was interesting because it kind of looked like we had something, but I don't know that we did. Alright, so we want to be at 5100 at Milo. Alright, it might be going a bit strong here, so let's be careful. Like, I don't see the airport. 2500. I mean, we are 12 miles away, but so yeah, at what is it? Wolon, we're supposed to be at 3600. Yeah, so because the problem is, like, yeah, we don't have alright, let me go down 3800.
Walker 4021, contact North Las Vegas Tower 125.7.
Alright.
Contact Tower 125.7.
Problem is, a 5,000 foot runway is probably not going to be a whole lot here. I cannot believe we're only 1,500 feet up.
Visual runway 12 right.
Walker 4021.
Where is this thing?
Wind 175 at 3. Runway 12 right.
I mean, it's 9 miles away, but where is this thing, for God's sakes?
Runway 12 right, cleared to land. Walker 4021.
Alright, yeah, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. Because, like, I literally don't see anything that I would call a runway. I mean, I'm on the right path according to Navigraph, all of that. But I'll be damned if you can tell me where this is. So I'm going to go down a little bit more. I think maybe it's there. You know, again, I'm 6 miles out, so it's okay to be a little bit nuts, but alright, we're going to get ourselves here. And we're going to get ourselves fully configured. And I think it's, if I remember correctly, it was, what was it? 129. So yeah, I can go a little bit slower then. I can go to like 135. That should do it. And that will get us aligned. And then we just need to get ourselves in here. Alright, well, it's on a glide path, so it's interesting. It's like kind of doing an ILS, although this shouldn't be an ILS approach, but I mean, it's locked in and it's coming down on the glide path, so that is our runway. Again, obviously I want to land gently, somewhat gently. So 500 feet, 2.5 miles out.
500.
So we're coming down. Alright, gonna get this down.
300.
We're gonna get this one where we need it.
200.
Man, this just feels so challenging. God, this is a small runway.
100.
Alright.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, a little heavy, but I think I'm okay. And we will stop. So, a little harder, but I think as long as I'm below 500, I think we're okay. Alright.
Exit right at Kilo. Walker 4021.
Happy we got it put down. But yeah, that was a bit. And no bounces, so that's always good. So this is Kilo. You can see the K there. But yeah, so it's possible I could have gotten the citation in, which would have been a heck of a lot easier, and I prefer to do that, like, for other ones too. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, so exit ramp 279 is where it's theoretically telling me to go, but until we get across, I mean, I'm assuming we're going to go to the right. If we're not, then I'll have gone the wrong way. But so I'm going to turn that way, because I can't imagine it's going to put us out.
Walker 4021. Contact ground 121.7.
Ground 121.7. Walker 4021.
Alright.
Walker 4021. Request taxi to assigned gate.
Walker 4021. Ramp 279er taxi via Bravo, Charlie.
Alright. So we are
Ramp
going the way we
279er
need to
taxi
go.
via Bravo. Charlie. Walker 4021.
We're going to get our flaps up here now. Get everything pulled back. Should be able to get the speed brake up. So get that moved. Get that put away. So we're not here. These are all smaller. I do not understand why we are having such a hard time moving. Usually above 30, you're kind of flying along. There's like a plane overhead. That is odd. It might be like the traffic thing that it does sometimes. Alright, let me clear this. That was the auto throttle turning off. Alright, I see 271, 273. And this again is why we don't do collisions, because you can see, I mean, we've got vehicles, we just kind of would have gone downhill a little bit. Would have been a bit much. So, but yeah, clearly this truck is not going anywhere, but we're not going to worry about that. Right, so yeah, there was a ramp there, but heck, I don't know where it's taken us. Yeah, that would not be good to just drive through a fuel. There's nobody even in that truck. So, that's crazy. There are a lot of ramps here. So, but I mean, this is like a GA. I mean, they are stacked on top of each other. Like, really on top of each other. So pretty much just all of those little roads, every single one of those tiny little lines is a parking spot. Wow. This is like, what, the completely other side of the airport here? No, it looks like... I still don't know. Oh, there, okay. 279. It's kind of all by itself. Alright, so I think we turn in here. Turn in here, go around the plane. So we kind of swing around so you can kind of see how these are parked around. And I think there's someone, in theory, where we're supposed to go. Because, yeah, it's here, and then basically it's putting us kind of there. But one of these planes really shouldn't be here, is where it's suggesting we go. But we'll see if we can fit in between, which really is not where we should be, but it's good enough. Alright. Whoops, a little bit too much. Let's not hit the post. But we'll get that. We'll bring things down. Take a look. Ooh. It said I touched down at 625. That might be too much. Well, no, I think this one lets me do 800 or whatever. So I think we might be okay. I just won't get a great score. But yeah, I think Walker lets me go to 801, if I remember correctly. So that'll actually be all right. All right, so we are deboarding. Yeah, 625. Maybe it won't. Let me take a quick look before I sign off here. God, that would suck. That would mean I'm trying this for a third time. That would really blow. And it's showing 34 of 37, so I think it gave it to me. Yeah, it did. Let me go look at my logbook really quick just to see what it says. Yes, it did go ahead.